This is a demo of the eSign functionality of the Western Grain Marketing app. This is my phone screen that I have up. In this case, I have a demo. I've now received a notification that I have a new contract for signature. I go into the app, I look for the eSign section. I click on the eSign section, and there I will find contracts that are available for signature, as well as those are unsigned. If I look in the lower left-hand corner, I can see in green, unsigned, that if I click on that, that shows me those unsigned contracts, like the one that's appearing now. If I click on the grayscale, right now, signed option, it turns it green, and it shows any contracts that have already been signed by me. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the unsigned contracts. Here I see I have an unsigned contract called Western Grain Marketing Demo. It has the account name, the account ID, and the date that that contract was made, the request date. To sign this contract in the app in my phone, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Sign button. When I do that, it's going to open the interface between the app and the contract signature form. You can see I'll now see a contract. Of course, you'll see the specific Western Grain Marketing contract. This is just a demonstration. You'll look for a box where it says click to sign on that contract that you receive. I can see that box in the lower left-hand corner on this particular example contract. I'm going to click on the click to sign. That turns that box border blue. Then I'm going to click on it again, and it's going to open a signature box. You can see in the upper left-hand corner I have a few different options for providing my signature. The pencil allows me to draw it in. If I click on the keyboard, it allows me to type it in. And if I click on the phone, I can add a photo of my signature if I so choose. In this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and just use the keyboard. If I use the keyboard, I can change the font for my signature if I so choose by clicking on Change Font. There, I'm going to go ahead and select this particular signature. I'm going to insert it into the contract. When I do so, I now can see that signature in the lower left-hand corner in that blue outlined box. It's also added the date that I've signed the contract. I can now hit Continue in the upper right-hand corner. When I do so, then it brings me to the terms and conditions. I'll go ahead and agree to those. And when I do so, my contract is already successfully submitted back to Western Grain Marketing. No postage required, no paper contracts, and I have a permanent record of that contract in my phone at all times, and I can also export that contract if I want to have it on my computer. I'll show you how to go ahead and do that here in a second. So in this case, success, I submitted my contract. If I want to view the contract that I just submitted, I would click View Contract. By doing so, it's going to open again the signed contracts. In the lower right-hand corner, you can see signed is in green, it's highlighted. That means I'm now looking at all the contracts that I've already signed and submitted back to Western Grain Marketing. The top contract is the most recent contract I've submitted. If I want to look at that contract, I can click View PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. When I click View PDF, it opens a PDF of that contract. I can see my signature as well as WGM's. If I scroll down, I'll also have an audit trail now. So I'll be able to see when that contract was sent to me for signature, when I viewed it, when I signed it, and when it had been completed and sent back to Western Grain Marketing. Now, if at any time I want to export this contract and send it maybe say by email or by text message to someone, perhaps even to my own computer or to my accountant or my bank or an insurance agent, whatever it might be, I can click on that square at the upper right-hand corner with the arrow in it. That's the export button. When I click on that export button, it will open a number of different options that I can choose. I can choose to click messages. That will send a text message with a PDF of that contract. I'm going to cancel out of that. I can click mail, Gmail in this case. It will attach a PDF of that contract, and then I can choose the recipient and subject line and hit send. Again, I'm going to cancel out of that. I don't really want to send that, but that shows you how you can export any of those contracts. I'm going to click on the back arrow, which is in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. That's going to take me back to all those unsigned contracts, or signed contracts, excuse me. If I want to see unsigned again, I'm going to click in the lower left-hand corner, and you can see I have no signable contracts available. If I have notifications turned on, I will get that bubble screen when a new eSign contract is available. If I don't have my notifications for my app enabled, I will still be able to see those eSign contracts in the eSign portion of my app at any point in time. So because Western Grain Marketing is moving toward using e-signature contracts, I suggest that you open that eSign section of your app on a regular basis to see if you have any contracts that you need to sign. And if so, follow the steps that I've outlined in this short demo. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to your local Western Grain Marketing location for help.